So without further ado, overutilized features.
Okay.
All right. Here's my
this.
first one.
Okay.
The CMS.
I
think it's way overutilized. Okay. But I'm going to come back to this because I'm probably people who are listening are probably wanting to rip their headphones off. But I'm going to come back to this. But I think it's way overutilized. What do you think about that?
I think, overutilized. This is hard for me because I'm one of those people. I really love collection lists.
I know.
And like even there's a project that we're working on together, and I don't know if you've seen it yet in our like little secret project that's going on.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I made collection lists for some of like the dumbest stuff. Like there's like 5 things in the list, and they do nothing except have the name there. And I was like, you know what? I don't want to have to. Basically, like if it's something that I have to like click into multiple times to get to, right? Or if it's like a component, something hidden inside it. I'll create a collection list of those items so I can just drop the collection list in once and I don't have to worry about like, and then I'm like, okay, instead of like clicking into the component and then going into it and then clicking and clicking and clicking, I'll just open up the collection window, edit the collection list, and then it updates like my list, right? So like I've used this for like select options. I hate having to go in and like click the select and then
statically add them.
And statically add the name and then add the value and everything like that. So as soon as custom components came to Webflow, like the first thing I would do is I started, if I had a long selection list, I'd be like CMS, like a selection list. And then I just tie the value or the, like tie the value to the name, stuff like that. So I could have it.
Are you using attributes to, not to get into the weeds here, audience, but are you using attributes to populate that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like that was, so like I maybe I overutilize CMS as well, but see, okay, I think when clients overutilize CMS, they're utilizing it poorly. And then that's where some of my gripes come into the overutilization of it. But I'd be curious. Okay, let me know why
that's exactly what I said. That's why I put it on the list. It's overutilized with the caveat that it's overutilized because it's used wrong. Or at least it could be used better. I'll say it that way. Because when often I get into a client's projects and I pop open their CMS, it's like there's like 3 or 4 areas that they could consolidate into one list, but they haven't spread over all lists. So like, here's an example. I worked on a project where, and I'm not saying this is across the board, but I'm saying that people do this, and this is not the first time I've seen this. But someone recently that I was working with, they had a number of collection lists that they had a blog, they had like news, they had events, they had like case studies, they had all these all these separate collection lists, and then they wanted to put them all on one page and allow people to like filter through them. So there's like 5 or 6 collection lists that they want to try to basically treat as one. And I was like, why don't you just consolidate all of that into one thing called resources?
Yeah.
And then within that, you have a content type, like this is a blog, this is a whatever, this is a, but they were like already way down the line where like to basically unravel their 5 collection lists would have been a massive pain. And so we basically just had to endure with like their issues, like this rat's nest of collection lists. And I was like, okay, this is a product of being able to just create a collection list for anything at any time, whenever you feel like it. And I'm glad that Webflow doesn't stop you. But at the same time, I'm going, you're actually cornering yourself later down the line and preventing yourself from doing things in the future because you've overutilized CMS.
Yeah.
So that's an example of why this is on that list.